Just before that. What'd you say, Josh?
I don't know if I want to collab with you yet. You know?
What'd you say?
I know you're feeling it. Have a good night, guys.
Same guy.
You done for effects? What?
For sure. What's up, guys? It's Ernest with Rated E Cards and Collectibles. We are here today with... What's your name?
Okay, man. It's Josh here. Ernest finally paid my collab fee, so you know, I'm on the channel.
Yeah, this guy hasn't even paid me for those Ishizu cards yet.
I haven't.
Alright, what'd you do today?
I got first place with some, Ishizu tier. You know, I'm a tier whore. What can I say? You know,
Is that deck actually tier 0?
enthusiast. I mean, I don't know. I think Sprite and Flunder are like comparable on a smaller scale, but 11 rounds of like YCS, you're probably not winning with those decks.
Okay,
But
fair enough.
they're still like pretty back and forth games in my opinion.
Okay.
But you know, we'll start it off.
Alright.
Start with the active player card so I can know whose turn it is, you know. With so many tier effect, see the cards, you gotta know whose turn it is, so you know. My turn, you know, it's their turn, you gotta switch it over, you know. You don't want to get caught with somebody taking a double turn, you know. Especially at locals, you know, but we got, 3 round of hearts. I like having the max names over having like 2 of some of them, because you're trying to mill them. So, you gotta have them. But it's also because I play one of another card, so I want to be able to. I'm less likely to mill, so when I do, I want it to be impactful. So you just play them; they're all broken. So then you play 3 of each shuffle back. These cards are pretty nice, able to interrupt the mirror, stop change from resolving, so no one's really doing anything because you just shuffle the stuff back.
And those ones add the different trap cards on summon, right?
Yeah, this one has Gravekeeper's Trap. This one has Exchange of Spirits. I want to try them at some point, but I didn't play them today because they're extra bricks and they don't add as much against certain decks.
Right.
Like if you're not playing the mirror, especially at locals, I think Shuffle Back 5 doesn't really matter at all. Gravekeeper's Trap is kind of cope of, hoping to call the name of a card and ditch it.
Right.
Which I get, like, if you call the names of an out and it's the only out you lose to, it's like good, but like if you just play a better card, it's probably just, they better have it. It's not that impactful, so it's like I didn't want to play those. Then I played 3 of this because this is just the better one, the hand trap one.
Kelbic.
Yeah, and then 1 of Guido because your hand kind of is sitting there. I didn't want to play two of these because in the mirror you don't really want to trigger them always, and I think having the one to send off like Divine or stuff like that is fine. Just to have the 2 different names. So I don't really want to find room elsewhere to cut in order to play more of this. Because it's not really that great, but when you do email 10, and you do get 2.
It's pretty nice, yeah.
But it's like if I'm milling 5 against any deck that's not the mirror, like Plunder or Sprite, it's probably whatever. I'm doing fine. It gets rough when they have 2 bestials, but if they only have 1, you can generally play through it. So it's like I don't want to add bricks just in case they have 2 bestials or 3 hand traps at Sprite.
Makes sense.
Play the 1 Diviner so you can make synchro plays. It's a good normal summon. I kind of want to play more of this, but I don't know. Played 3 Heralds. Had to give the other one back because Rated E.
Yeah, that's enough.
Rated E wouldn't let me borrow for any longer. These 2 are mine. Then we play bicycle cards because these cards are pretty ignorant. 3, 2, 1.
I saw a lot of packages at 3 or 4, but I think a higher count is probably better.
I think a higher count's just better in the mirror. They let you do a lot of like cool stuff, and I really like the 1 card in my extra deck, so I want to have level 6s. And this one's better than this, but it's just you want diversity. So it's like I'd rather have the chance of opening, multiples than having like I have 2 Dryas Worms, but it's a better card. But I'm stuck with it. I want to be able to summon two of these on my turn sometimes to be able to break boards a little bit better.
Yep. 3
Planet because this card's broken with all the shuffle backs, being able to trigger it. I kind of don't play the Rainbow Bridge stuff because like having this or not having this makes such a difference. I got by Jeremiah in the mirror, I got Dweller in like a full board, but I had this and enough names where I could like clap back the field and I triggered enough stuff on his turn where I sculpted my hand and I was able to like set up what I need to set up and make a Dweller back and clear his board.
Yeah,
but like this is like really important to do that. It has this Scream. This card's like really strong going first, really strong with this to be able to get the extra mills and then be able to pop it to search a trap. Then with all the shuffling back, you can just like, even though I only play 2 traps, it's like you can just add them back multiple times if you're careful with what you shuffle back. The shuffling back is like the coolest part of this deck because it's like so much mass of like probabilities of like, well, I don't need this, but I want this in my deck to be able to mill this, or I want him to draw dead because I can kind of tell where he's in the game. Like against Alex, I shuffle back 2 dimension shifters in order for him to draw dead. He drew one of them. Then I shuffle back an evenly match because I wanted to trigger, have a higher chance of triggering a trap or spell off my reader. Then I hit the evenly match, was able to do that, and it's just like being able to play odds and stuff like that is
Big
like,
brain.
pretty big brain, pretty cool. So it's like the deck's broken, but it's like at least you can do cool stuff with it. So it's like whatever. The other spell is the one Heartbeat. I want to out to mine.
What does that card do?
You target a card they control, like spell trap. You shuffle into the deck, then you discard a monster from your hand.
Okay.
If you have Vista Starfall or something, you can shuffle 2, but that doesn't come up. And then whenever it's milled or hits a grave, you get to add a trap from your grave to the deck. And a lot of times you can get lucky and just like hit this in a trap or whenever you're milling a lot, and you get the free trap. Then you can like shuffle stuff back, shuffle this back if they do have the mine, and just draw it later. So it's never really bad if you mill it because like as long as you have a shuffle back and you play it properly, if they mine and secrets or whatever, you can just shuffle this back and you still have it out in your deck. And you just don't mill from that point on because you can't. One Terraforming because Field Spell's broken. Then one of Instant Fusion because this card's broken should be banned. I shuffled this back against Alex and top decked it, and it helped me to win time, or not in time, but we had like 30 seconds on the clock, but I drew this, slammed it, and just went off to kill him.
Nice.
One Tactics because I played 2 on the side and I didn't feel like cutting cards there, so it's just put it to the main. The 2 traps, you only really need one of each. They're both really useful, so you have to play both, and you can just recycle them to get them back, so it's not a big deal. For the side, it's Gamma Package in order to be able to play around Dweller a little bit better. If they shotgun it, if they don't shotgun it, or if you just have Sharon, you can generally like, they kind of just have to, so.
They pretty much always shotgun it, right?
Yeah, you kind of have to, because it's like if you don't have shufflebacks and it's like you let them go to main phase and then just like Sharon, then you have to do it to that anyway. And you're still getting gammaed, or you let that resolve for them to have a monster, and then it's like if they mill names, you're just cooked.
Yeah,
there's just no reason to
hold it.
Yeah, it's just they better have it. But a lot of times it's like you mill so much that it's like you can get a gauge of like the chance of them having it. Okay, you can be like, well, they've milled a gamma, or they've milled like whatever. The big thing that sucks is like if you mill Driver, they have a bestial, you get hoed.
Oh, that's true.
It is what it is, depending there. Well, you have to put a monster on the field first, but it just depends. Then you can hold it, depending. Some back row hate, because people locally like play that Flunder, which is also why I play Ash, just have a hand trap I can use under Shifter.
Wow.
The other 2 talents, evenly. This card was horrible. I don't think I ever decided this in once, because the majority of the time you just have cards on the field.
You can't use that.
When you go second, unless you open like 0 interactions, which those hands evenly doesn't help as much anyway, and like this card just wasn't worth playing.
What would you play over evenly?
I'd probably play just Imperm.
Okay.
I think Imperm would be pretty helpful.
What about Droplet for the Dweller?
I like Droplets, but I'm just not the biggest fan of it.
Even with the Ishizu cards?
Nah, you don't get a lot of value from it.
Okay.
I think it's still really good, but I just don't like I don't like Droplets that much.
Fair enough.
That's not my favorite kind of card.
Extra deck?
Extra deck, you got just the one of fusions, the archetype fusions, the best generic fusions. Your Spellio, Mud Dragon, and this card is really good. Especially, this is really good going second when you start triggering this stuff to just make this, because then your stuff can't be targeted, and you get to like immediate action, just like Call Dark, and then like on your turn, your Callus and like all your stuff can't be targeted by Celiac, which is really strong. So I like being able to, like, if you get to a chance where you can make this, like a lot of times you'll make like this and this. If they make a Callus, you'll make this or shuffle back and try to make this. So they can't shuffle back your Collide Heart if they have enough stuff to like trigger. So like a lot of intricacies of like what to do in various situations. Combined with like random milling. So there's a lot going on. Sprint, Elf, Dark. These Link 2s are just so impactful.
Those are too good.
Yeah, this Sealing Magma being able to search for interaction is like insane. These being able to like help you start is insane. Then we have this card, which probably should have been a Bagusco or an Exciton. This card, I thought it would come up more, but the next card, for the reasons I played this, the next card covers anyway, so this card is unnecessary. It should either be an Exciton, so if that gets like Celiac or negated, I can then still battle go into Zeus and have, technically have a 4 material Zeus without having 4 materials, because Exciton counts as a Zeus attempt, but this card doesn't really come up. This card, Willow, comes up in the same situation as this. So like, especially at local, like they'll have like a lot of ignorant shit. Like I think they had double of the Goki guy, and normally you can't
that
out
guy.
that. Even like the thing is, as broken as it is, like I drew no ways to like mill this turn, so you got a full combo which made double Goki, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if I'm playing regular tier, the highest you can get is 3,500 with the fill spell plus like whatever. He would just lose because you can't do anything about it. But it's like I had this, so I was able to base shield, just having defense, go into a Garura, make this, mill him 20. And my guys were 55, 55, 40, whatever I skilled.
You're talking about the Goki link that gains attack with link ratings, and then it's unaffected by card effects.
But it's like stuff like that, Agnisher, like in the regional stuff like that, you'll still find people playing just like dumb stuff to try to like gimmick out you or whatever. So this card really helps in that way. This card's also just really good to like, you mill them, they mill like a talents or a desire or whatever broken spell,
and you get it
you
back.
just set it or whatever, or you should like shuffle their monster. This card's just insane.
Yeah,
so I like this a lot more over Beatrice because like you're milling 20, I'm gonna hit stuff that I need to hit to be able to do whatever. I don't need a Beatrice. I need something like this that can do like a million other things.
Fair.
Then you have Dweller, Zeus, Redoer. These cards are all really good. So these are the rank 4s you just play. And then the one Baron for a Synchro with the Diviner or Sprite Elf back Herald. You can make like Rucalis and Herald or one of those into this. Or make a level 6 use them still up to Sharon.
Yeah, for sure.
So it comes up a lot. And you can also pop your own names to do whatever if you're like getting to the grind stage with the bear, which is nice. Then revive back.
So anything going into the regional that you would change besides the Evenlies?
I think Evenly's a little cope. I want to try to cut it to 40, but it's so hard because you need a lot of the stuff. Like, you know, you can technically cut this and not have a mine out, but I think that's just kind of ignorant.
The heartbeat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can cut like stuff like that. It also makes like siding patterns weird because it's like, in the mirror you don't really side anything, but I still want the gamma, but it's like, then you have to make concessions to side out, which at 42 is a little bit easier, but it's just, it'll take a little bit more testing.
Yeah.
But
any shout outs?
You know, shout outs to, you know, my boy Zayo, you know, shout outs to the Zayo channel. Yeah, that's the only shout out. Just my boy Zayo.
Madge. What about those guys over there?
Well, shout outs to Nick for playing tier and going 2-2 every week because he's ass, but
Damn, dude.
you know.
Ouch.
I don't know how you
guy.
I don't know. Tier's pretty insane, but you know, it doesn't just get, you know, you can play tier, but you can still go 2-2, all I'm saying, you know. Tier 0 or not. Gotta be nice in the mirror.
All right.
You know.
Mickey Mouse signing out. Peace.
Mickey Mouse, bro. What?